over in Fiji, was it nice to get the season opener out of the way and a good handy win as well? How's the team reflected on that?
Yeah, it's good to finally get out on the field. You know, we were a little bit sitting there letting everyone have their fun on the first week. So to put a performance in at home and get 5 points is a good start for the competition.
You mentioned fun. Was it an enjoyable night for the team, getting the run around and a decent win, as you say?
Yeah, I think look we've had a long pre-season, and just to get out there and play footy against someone that's not ourselves is a good test for us. And yeah, to get the job done is pleasing. So we're off on the right track.
It was clear intent. The backline wanted to create some space, get some good tries out wide. We saw that with Josh and Fihi. Was that the plan, or was that just how you sort of adapted to the space you were given by Moana?
No, look, we've got exciting guys out wide. So if we can deliver them from a forwards point of view, quality ball and get them on the front foot, then they're going to create opportunities for our team. So that's a part of the job for the forwards, and it's the back's job to finish that off.
How different is the challenge this weekend? Now, a trip to Fiji and against the Drua. We know there's been a bit of history for the Canes over there as well.
Yeah, for sure. We're looking forward to the challenge. It's an awesome place to go play rugby. The support they have, the conditions that you play in is quite different to where you'll get anywhere else. So we've acknowledged it at the start of the week and looking forward to getting on the plane and ripping into it.
From what you've learned over the years, how can you best prepare for a trip to Fiji? I know you've got some nice facilities here that can help with that.
Yeah, look, we try and make the players aware of conditions early in the week, and then we try and put that to bed. So if you keep mentioning it, then it starts hanging around guys' head. But as you say, we've got some great facilities around here. We've been in the heat room a couple of times holding meetings, having some of the native music playing. So getting into the spirit of things. So it's a challenge, but we want to go over there and enjoy the occasion as it is as well.
Back to the opener, obviously the back line getting a fair bit of attention, but line-outs and Warner Durns' injection, what did you make of sort of what he was able to bring from game one?
Yeah, he's been an awesome addition to the squad. You can't teach height, so it's great to have a guy who's 2 meters plus in the team. But not only his work in the line-out, just his work rate around the field. He was there, link playing with the ball. His collisions, he's been working really hard on them to be aggressive for us, and I think he for his first super rugby, he did pretty well.
Did you have tough conversations after round one? Were there sort of important areas of improvement the coaching team felt they needed to be made?
Yeah, look, that was probably the blessing of having a bye round one. We had a pretty came down to reality pretty quickly with a good warm-up game against the Chiefs. They took it to us in a few areas that we identified that we need to be better in, and for the most part we ticked that box against Moana. The key for that will be, can we back it up and do it again, not only this week but for the season, because every team we play against is going to have a top quality pack that's going to come after us.
Obviously the disappointing part of the night, the sad part of the night, was Brett Cameron's injury. Have you heard sort of how he's doing, what the latest is with him?
Yeah, he's had scans, so we're just awaiting the results for that, and that was probably the sour part of the night for us. He's been an awesome voice within the team. He led the week really well, and it's just unfortunate that something like that happened to him. Knowing the guy he is, he'll take it on the chin. He'll work really hard, and he'll come back stronger and better.
How can the team wrap around someone like that that's out of the match day squads but still feel part of the team? There's obviously been a few players in that boat the last couple of years.
Yeah, we try and just get around him as best we can. Most of that backline went to visit him in hospital that weekend, and once we get him back into the base, we'll make sure that he's involved like he was last year. Helping out guys in that position. We've got a couple of young 10s here, so anything they can learn off him will be beneficial for them, and just making sure he's involved and he gets stuck into his rehab plan and makes the team better.
Is there any chance we could see him this season, do you feel?
Again, I'm not. I'm a forwards coach, so I'll have to wait till everything comes back through the necessary channels. But we're just going to have to wait and see.
And a bit of a selection, I guess, conundrum for the coaches as well. How's that sort of played out during the week?
Yeah, we've every team's got a bigger squad this year, so we have to pull on to a bit of that depth a little bit earlier than expected. But that's how it goes. Sometimes boys need an opportunity, and some boys are going to get an opportunity. So it's just how they can take that.
Cover what my ones are. Well, speaking on the Brett injury, do you have any idea, will it be Callum Harkins and stepping into number 10 or Lucas Cashmore? You guys added?
We just started training on field today, so we're getting through a few combinations, and obviously that'll come down to the big boss Clarkie making that decision, and I'm sure whatever decision he makes, he'll not only get full support of everyone here, but all the boys will get around and push forward in the right direction.
And how will the team adjust without him? He's quite a big player for your squad.
Yeah, as I said, he's a massive voice within the team. He's got experience. He's played a lot of Super Rugby, and he's driven this team really well in times gone before. So it's again, how can we get him involved in the squad, and then also how can we get the younger squad members to learn off him and take that step, that opportunity.
Amazing. That's all I've got.
Just questions come through from our news. Have you got an update on Ruben?
He's working away on his rehab program, I think. Again, I think he's looking at over the next hopefully when we get back from tour, he should be ready to start getting a return to rugby.
Cool. And having Harry and BC injured, does that make you want to take it cautiously with Ruben?
Look, anytime Ruben's wanting to get back on the field, it's you have to take him and just make him pump his own brakes sometimes. He wants to get after it every day. So what he's doing at the moment is he's getting after his rehab plan, and he's going to come back as the Ruben love we all know. So we're just waiting for that time.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Is Caleb Delaney back into contention this week at all, or is he as well?
I think Izzy Walker's available for selection this week. Caleb Delaney is still maybe a week away.